Hello, my name's Dan, this is Cora, and we're here today to give you our top 10 Kinderspiel Jahres winners. I keep getting that mixed up. This isn't the second time we've tried this video.
No.
Not at all. I don't know what you're talking. We're very professional. Very professional. So, this is our top 10 Kinderspiel Jahres winners.
Yeah.
Now, Cora, what is the Kinderspiel Jahres?
Kinderspiel Jahres is the German Kids Board Game of the Year.
German Kids Board Game of the Year. So the main award is the Spiel des Jahres.
Yeah.
And that's like the family board game of the year. And it's probably, I think, almost unarguably the most important board game award in the world. Certainly as far as sales go and things like that, because it can really boost game sales.
If people hear that was the Spiel des Jahres, they're like, oh, I'll try that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A bunch of people do that. And then
yeah, loads of people, especially in Germany.
Yeah.
Which is fortunate because that's where the award comes from.
Yeah.
So, and the Kinderspiel des Jahres is like that award's little baby brother. So these are games aimed at kids.
Yeah.
And not particularly family games. They're children's games.
Yeah.
And so, as Cora is getting so old, look at her. Look how old she looks now. Positively ancient. 10 years old. Where did all those years go, Cora? Where did they go? Where's my little baby? I miss my baby. I've got this prototype horrible teenager.
I'm not a teenager yet.
Nearly a teenager.
Okay.
So we've stopped playing as many children's games now, and we're moving more into the kind of family game and lightweight games type stuff. So this is maybe our last chance to revisit these kids games of the past. So we wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Now, the way we've done this list is I've done my top 10. And they're not based on how much fun I had playing it with the children, not based on how good quality the game is or anything. It's based on a purely nostalgic affection for the game. So these are the games that I'm most affectionate for.
Yeah.
Which is basically it holds no. I can't quantify why. I just my level of affection. And then Cora, who's far more pragmatic.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, good. I've found a word you don't know what it means. Who's far more sensible and logical than I am. She's done her top 5 games that she would like to play now.
Yeah.
So
my top 5 games that I would enjoy now.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a lot better explanation, a lot clearer than last time we did it. So
we didn't do it last. This was the first.
That's very true. That's very true. So let's get on with the list.
Yeah.
Number 10 is Spinderella. And what year did this win the Spiel des Jahres?
2015.
2015. How old were you in 2015?
3.
This was out when Cora was 3. And this is at its heart a roll and move game.
Yeah.
Where you're trying to move 3 ants from one spot to another along this board. But there are spiders involved. And then on all the best games have spiders in, I think. Cora Quest. Available soon, summer 2002. Anyway, and this is with that blatant advertising, I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, these spiders are on a kind of pulley system. There's 2 spiders kind of on a second board, which is suspended above the first. I'll show a picture. That'll be the easiest way of putting it.
Picture.
Yeah. and then you can move these 2 spiders around, which lowers and raises the hanging spider, and also moves it around, and so they can come and grab your opponent's ants and things like that. So it's a roll and move, very basic roll and move game with the added kind of take that of being able to move the spider around and steal the ants. Do you remember much about this game, Cora? No.
Not really.
Why don't you remember much about this game?
Because I don't think we played it very much.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. We didn't play it very much. It's a really good game, really interesting. Lots of good toy factors and things like that. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult for children to work out quite the mechanism for moving that spider around, because there's kind of one that controls whereabouts on the board it moves to, and the other one controls its height. And it's quite a bit of a complicated thing to work out for a very young child, the kind of the engineering behind it and things like that. But it's a good game, don't get me wrong. So that was our number 10. Spinderella. No, it wasn't ours. It was mine.
Yon.
Yeah, Spinderella. Okay, number 9 is My First Stone Age, and what year was this out? 2016. We'll just check. She's right, 2016. How old were you in 2016?
4.
4. Is that because it's 1 year after Spinderella? Yeah, that'll be it. So, I'm going to hand it over to... What do you do in My First Stone Age?
Well, you have this board where you can collect different resources to build houses. That's sort of the main base of it. And you do that by flipping up cards which tell you which one to go to.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you collect them, and then there's like recipes for the houses, so different houses will need different tokens and stuff. So.
Yeah, there's like recipes for the houses. Yeah, Stone Age, which is the game. In fact, I think we could probably play Stone Age together. That's a game I should see if I can get hold of. It's got a leather cup of Stone Age, and it stinks. So there you go. That's the main thing I remember about Stone Age. So, do you like My First Stone Age?
Definitely. I remember playing it a lot, and I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Why?
Well, on the houses especially, I liked how the different recipes, like maybe there was brick, which would mean the art on the house was made of brick, and straw, maybe the roof was made of straw, and it was like that detail. Yeah.
Each of the resources that you needed was outlined in the that was clever. A nice little touch there. So My First Stone Age, really solid game. It does what it says in the tin, in that it is a euro for got a slightly less toy factor than some of the games on this list, but it's definitely a kind of resource gathering euro for young kids, and a really good entry into board gaming. So, good pick, me. Number 8, we've got Hedgehog Roll, which was released in
2020.
How old were you in 2020?
I think I was 8.
8, yeah.
8/9.
Oh, well, yeah. We're not getting to that. 8, we'll say 8.
Yeah.
So, in Hedgehog Roll, it's a race game where you're either racing against a fox in a cooperative type thing. So, another.
So you're both trying to get away from the fox, or you're trying to race the other person, so race each other.
Yeah.
Trying to get through the board.
Yeah. And how do you end up moving?
Well, you lay out all these like Velcro pieces, like little tokens on your table or whatever surface you're playing on. Then you have this tennis ball, which is your hedgehog. So you roll it across, and whatever you pick up, you go to there.
Yeah, because the hedgehog picks it all up with the Velcro, doesn't it?
Yeah, because the hedgehog is like furry, and then there's Velcro on the token.
As far as I'm aware, this is the only Velcro board game there is. Lots of magnet board games, and we'll see. Well, we already had one, Spinderella, but I'm not sure there's many Velcro board games. No. More Velcro in board games. That's what I think they should be doing. Anyway, that's a really nice mechanic, really, and it really is a lot of fun rolling it across, isn't it? And trying to pick up all these pieces, and it's really good when you roll it really hard, and then
it goes on the
floor, and then the dog picks it up and runs off, and then you have to run around the garden trying to catch the dog. And
that didn't happen with us.
No, that didn't happen with us. It would have been good if it did. But yeah, it's a game where you occasionally have to get off your seat and scrabble under the floor for the tennis ball, isn't it?
That's what my job is.
That's Cora's job. Cora's job is chief scrabbler in this house. Any scrabbling needs to be done, Cora's your girl. Okay, so Hedgehog Roll, really good game.
Yep.
A lot of fun mechanics. Number, whatever it was, 8.
8.
Number 7.
Number 7.
Magic Labyrinth. What year was Magic Labyrinth?
2009.
How old were you in 2009?
Not born yet.
Not born yet. So how old were you?
I mean, I wasn't alive.
We know you weren't alive. You were minus 3.
Yeah.
Minus
3.
Minus 3 years old when this was born. She was naught but a
nothing.
But nothing, yeah. Let's not get into all that existential stuff. Where do you think you existed when before? Anyway, no.
I didn't.
Okay, so this is older than Cora, this game. And in this game, it's a maze game.
Yeah.
Where you're going through a maze, but it's an invisible maze.
That's so much better than a normal maze.
That is better than a normal maze. So you have a board on well, you're playing on a board and you've got a playing piece, but it's got a magnet underneath it, and then under the board there's a little metal ball, and you click that metal ball on, and you're trying to move through this invisible maze. Now the maze isn't actually invisible. This is where, in fact, there's no such thing as magic, Cora. I don't want to disappoint you, because the maze is underneath this board, and it's made up of kind of these wooden rectangles. You can
you make the maze, but you really can't memorize it, so don't try.
Yeah,
unless you make it really easy, just don't put any walls in. So when you're moving around, you might run into one of these wooden things, and your ball will drop off.
Yeah.
So that's how you'll know when you need to go back to the start.
That's right. Yeah. So you're moving around, trying to get to certain squares.
Yeah.
And then having to remember what the invisible maze looks like.
Yeah.
So, do you like this game?
Definitely, it's really fun. I used to enjoy it a lot, and once I played it when one of my friends came over, and he really enjoyed it.
Yeah. This is one of the first games I played, first kind of hobby children's games I played with my other two children, Amy and Evan, and it just completely blew our minds. We went to I think it was a tabletop day. Remember when? Well, you won't remember tabletop days. You were bored, but I think you were very young. It was a tabletop day, and the local game shop had it on, and this they put this in front of us.
Imagine they didn't. Did they not tell you that the thing was there?
Oh yeah, they told us. They showed us how it worked.
It would have been cool if it did it.
Yeah. I could have worked it. It's not that mystical. I could have worked it out in about 3 or 4 hours. I would have worked out what was going on.
3 or 4 hours.
It just blew my mind. It just absolutely blew my mind. This is probably the first hobby kids game I played, as I said, and my mind just exploded at the possibilities that were in front of me. You know, this is my family's entrance into games, and I'll always be thankful to it. And it's still a great game, very worth picking up. Okay, number 6 is Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. And when was this released?
2014.
And how old were you in 2014? Two. And did you play this when you were 2? No. I think this would be a bit
I did a lot more recently.
Yeah, this would be a bit too hard to play when you're 2. Now, this is not labelled as such because it's got nothing to do with it, but this is very much my first Pandemic for anybody who's played Pandemic. Do you remember what you do? I'm springing this.
I think so, sort of, yeah.
Go on.
So, there's this haunted house.
Yeah.
And you've got all your characters, and you're collecting gems and fighting ghosts, which is what the name implies. But you're going round, and if all the ghosts go into one room, there's different rooms. If all the ghosts go into one room, they turn into a mega ghost. Which is bad. Yeah. So you and various cards come out, don't they? And it's a cooperative game. It works very much like Pandemic in that things start off fairly controllable and then get worse and worse, and more and more ghosts start appearing and things like that. Some lovely bits in this game. Really solid game. Now this is probably the most complex Kinderspiel Jahres winner that there's been, I would say. It's more for 9-year-olds maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think 7, 8, 9-year-olds can play it, certainly, but it takes longer than most of the other Kinderspiel Jahres, and I would even say it would be more a Spiel des Jahres nominee. This is a great family game, and one with tactics and strategy and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm not taking anything away from the game. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced it's in the right category here. I think this is a next level up from a Kinderspiel des Jahres. This is a game that you and I could play now, and we would both. You'll be on your level, I think. So, Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. Right. Number 5, The Enchanted Tower. When was this released?
2013.
When you were 1. Excellent. So, in The Enchanted Tower, they say it's a one versus many game, but that isn't accurate in my view. It's a 2-player game, I think. It's just in the one versus many game, all the many just team up to just move one piece. It's a bit silly. Anyway, I should perhaps explain what it does. So in Enchanted Tower, one player plays Robin, the brave adventurer, trying to rescue a princess from a tower, and the other one plays the evil magician, who's trying to stop Robin.
I'm pretty sure you probably played the evil magician.
Well, I think there's fun in both of them. I think you used to really because what the evil magician player hides a key in a little hole on the board, and then puts and hides it by putting a kind of cardboard token over the top of it. And Robin has to move around the board and try and find this key. Now there's a magnet at the bottom of magnets again. There's a magnet at the bottom of Robin, and the key's magnetic. Yeah. So when you move onto a space with the key on it, it will click, and you'll find the key, and then you can try to unlock one of the doors in the Enchanted Tower. However, the wizard is also going to try and get this key. Now the wizard knows where it is, or the magician rather knows where it is, but the magician starts a lot further back than Robin does. So Robin is running around all the board trying to find which hole this key's in, whereas the magician is making a beeline for it, really.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. It's hide and seek, the board game is what it is.
And also you could follow the magician, but that would be...
Yeah. Well, you need to... Robin can kind of try and work out where the magician might be going. But
the magician can go pretend the key's here, it could go over there to rub it out. And then...
Exactly. So there's lots of little bluffing and things like that can go on.
Yeah.
Do you like this game?
Yeah. I remember it was probably one of my favourite board games when I was a lot younger.
Yeah. I think you're definitely right. And this is this in 2013 will have been when I just got into board gaming, and this will have been the one I bought after it won the Kinderspiel.
Yeah.
This is the first one that
and proves the award works, because then people buy it.
Exactly. So I was really excited by it. I saw the review for it, and it was really good. So Enchanted Tower, really, really solid hide and seek, the board game. Okay, now we've got number 4. Sorry, I have trouble counting sometimes, and it's Valley of the Vikings.
Yeah.
Now, what year was it, first of all?
2019.
And how old were you in 2019?
7.
So, Valley of the Vikings is 2 different games in one. Bargain! It's a bowling game.
Yeah.
So you're trying to knock over some pieces, some skittles almost.
Yeah, you have a bowl or something.
Yeah. A bowl.
Yeah. Same thing. You're rolling it down, trying to knock over these pieces in the middle.
Yep. And then, when you've knocked over the pieces in the middle, they allow you to do various things on the board, allow you to move various things on the board. And the moving things on the board thing is like a leapfrogging thing, which quite
strategy based. You have to know when to move.
Yeah, there's a lot
where to move to.
You can play completely randomly, which means you can just chuck this ball down, knock some stuff over, and move things randomly. Or you can play quite strategically, where you're deliberately aiming for various things, and then that will allow you to move your pieces around. You've got to get to the end of a track to earn gold for your thing.
Then when you're at the end, you go at the beginning. So
yeah. We're not going to go into the whole rules, but just trust us in saying that it's quite a strategic little game.
Yeah, it's probably the second most strategic on this list.
Yeah. But the advantage of this one is, if you are a 3-year-old who just likes throwing balls, you can just throw a ball at these skittles and just cause chaos for the rest of your family as your actions have repercussions that you don't quite understand. So this is quite a good inclusive game, I think, because having that dexterity game on top of it, and then something to think about at the end, is really a lot of fun. And I've got a lot of affection for this, because this is a game that you and I have played about 2 or 3 years ago. We played this a lot. Valley of the Vikings. I really like it. I really rate it. And I would say probably the best Habba game there's been. That's saying something. So there you go.
There's a lot of Habba games.
There's a lot of Habba games. Valley of the Vikings. Okay, so number 3 is Ladybugs Costume Party. And how old is it?
2002.
2002. How old are you in 2002? Minus 10 years old, Cora was.
Yeah.
Wow, this one's older than even your oldest sister.
Yeah.
who's 18. So, not that you've got a younger sister. I don't know why I said older sister. Your sister is what I meant. Anyway, Ladybugs Costume Party. Now, this is another magnet game. Another one. And in this game...
I think Germany likes magnets.
Yeah. And in this game, it's a cooperative game, and you're trying to swap various pegs around which are stuck in the back of these ladybirds.
Yeah.
Each ladybird has to have all the same coloured pegs in there.
And I'm pretty sure some of them don't connect when you...
That's right, yes. Connect. So they've got magnets in their noses, as we know. That's accurate to life. Ladybirds do all have magnets in their noses. I don't know.
So do humans.
And they're all kind of got a round base. So if the polarities match, so if one's negative and positive, then the ladybirds will spin round and then boop, kiss, and then you can swap the two pegs round. If they don't, they'll push away from each other.
No.
Yeah. I love this game. I don't know why I love this game, but I love this game. I think it's absolutely... I love watching the ladybirds kiss. I'm not intelligent enough to work out which ones, even though there's only positive and negative, I'm still not intelligent enough to work out, well, if that one matched with that one, then will it match with that one? So it almost feels random to me. It isn't random at all. It's just I'm not very bright.
Yeah, well, you don't know. It doesn't tell you.
No, it doesn't tell you, but after a while you can experiment and stuff.
Yeah.
And I love the way... There's something really satisfying about slowly sorting all these pegs out so they're all each in order and things like that. It's a cooperative game, which is great for... This is a great younger kids game. I love it. I love this game. Do you like it, Cora?
Yes.
Cora loves it as well. Oh, she likes it. Yeah, so Ladybugs Costume Party, number 3. Okay, number 2 is Da ist der Worm drin.
The worm game.
Yeah, the worm game, as we call it, or there's a worm inside it, I think is how you translate it into German, which is a German phrase, I think. And this is not a very strategic game, is it, Cora? This is completely luck. It's basically roll and move, but there's no moving around. What you're doing is rolling and then adding
a piece to your worm.
A piece to your
worm.
Sounds
weird. But like you have this track and you're pushing it on and on. It was also really, really popular at the Kids Board Game Club with probably the younger kids.
Yeah, this is a game that I have played hundreds of times. If I logged these plays, I think this is the game I'd have played the most out of every single game I've ever played, because you loved this game, Corey. You loved it. Absolutely adored it. And it's such a big hit with really young kids.
It is. They love it.
They do. They love it. The progress of your worm is hidden for a while.
Yeah, so you go through a tunnel.
Yeah.
So you don't really know how far it's getting. But if you were a bit older, you could probably guess.
Yeah. If you're a bit older, you can guess. But it's all still hidden. And the even the act of just sliding the worm bits in, kids love. This plays really young. Yeah. And you probably lose interest in it around 5 or 6. This is a young kids game. Yeah. But the joy that I've had playing this game with back when Cora was actually pleasant to be around, when she's like 3, 4, 5, not like now when she's, let's face it, getting a bit talk-backy. She's a bit of a big mouth.
Okay.
Bedroom is an absolute tip.
You can stop now. You can stop now.
I can take you down if you want in a minute and show you some photos. Anyway, back when Cora was likeable, again, we're going back to this thing where this list has been made very much with my my sentimentality about these games as being the prime driver here, and the games I've played of this game. I mean,
well, if you love this one so much, what could be number 1?
What could be number 1? Well, we'll find out in a minute. That's a good way of getting me to shut up and move on, Cora. Let's go to number 1. How exciting! Number 1 is Spooky Stairs. When was Spooky Stairs released?
2004.
2004. And you were?
-8.
-8. So, Spooky Stairs is a memory game where you are moving ghosts.
Yeah.
No. Well, yes, you are. Sorry. You're trying to get your pawn to the top of a set of stairs.
Yeah.
But at some point, now bear with me here, this is a kid's game, but at some point
A ghost will possess you.
Well, or your pawn dies, and you turn into a ghost.
I don't remember that bit.
No, yeah, a ghost will possess you, or your pawn dies and turns into a ghost. Anyway, we won't.
You can just say that they just transformed into a ghost.
Transformed into a ghost, just randomly. And
don't know how that happened.
yeah, we'll gloss over that bit. I'm not quite sure what the in-game rationale for that is, but your pawn turns into a ghost, and you place a ghost shell over your pawn. Yeah, this is basically the shell game, the board game. So the cup game where you.
Oh yeah. Basically, you have to remember which meeple is inside.
Yeah. On your turn, you can move a ghost basically, and there are various results which will mean if you are still a meeple, then you will turn into a ghost.
Yeah.
So you move your piece, or you move a ghost. But there are things that make things swap round. There are things that move ghosts, and at some point, because halfway through the game, all the meeples will now be ghosts. They all look exactly the same.
Yeah.
You're trying to remember which one your one is, and then someone swaps it round and things like that, and you take your eye off. You get slightly distracted. You take your eye off the board, and you look back and you think, I've got no idea which one my ghost is. So then you have to.
You can't blink.
At the end, when one ghost will win, someone will move a ghost to the finish line. You look at it, you discover that it wasn't you after all. It was Amy, or it was Evan, or it was whoever, or Bob, or whoever underneath there, and they've won the game, not you as you thought it was.
Yeah.
The reason this is my number one is that it is so funny for somebody with a poor memory. And as long as everybody's bad at this game, you will have such a hilarious time because usually near the end when you reveal, aha, I've won, and then I've lost. You've won. The peals of laughter within our family as we played this has been absolutely amazing. Now, this isn't particularly a favourite of Cora because, unfortunately, this is a game that works best the more people you play. I think it plays up to 4. Cora and I mainly play most of our games 2-player because the rest of the family are all miserable, is what I want to say. I was going to say...
they're not into board gaming.
The rest of the family aren't into board gaming anymore. They were when they were younger, but they're not anymore. And so it can often be difficult to get more than two people playing. And if we do get more than 2 people playing, we want to play Llama because that is our favourite game.
I think that probably is our favourite.
Yeah.
That should be a Spiel des Jahres.
It is a Spiel des Jahres. Well, it was a Spiel des Jahres nominee. I think it got nominated. I don't think it won. But it's not Kinderspiel des Jahres.
No.
Getting confused.
It's
anyway,
family.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah.
I've had some wonderful, wonderful times with this. And it's a game that will never leave my collection. I really, really love it. So
never selling it.
Never selling it.
It's mine.
No, it's mine, not yours. I'm going to play it with my grandkids. So there you go. That's my top 10. Now we're going to move to Cora's
my top
5. And these are they're the same games, but they're in the order that Cora would like to play it. Yeah. So, Cora's number 5. Number 5.
Magic Labyrinth.
Why is Magic Labyrinth number 5?
Because, as I mentioned earlier, one of my friends came out to my house, I played it with him, and he really enjoyed it. And it's really fun when people don't know what's going on. And also, it's just a fun game.
Yeah.
I say it would be for the probably younger children, but you could still probably enjoy it a bit older.
I think you can enjoy it when you're a bit older. I still enjoy playing it.
Yeah.
That was number 5. Number 4.
The Enchanted Tower.
Enchanted Tower. Why is it number 4?
Because probably, if I played it now, I'd probably enjoy it because I just get memories of when I was playing it before.
Right. So a bit of nostalgia for you as well. Yeah.
But also, I don't remember much about it, but I just remember really enjoying it, so I think I'd enjoy it a bit now as well.
Okay, cool. So that was number 4. Number 3.
Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters.
Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters.
Probably because it is a game for sort of my age group. Mm-hmm. So
bit more strategy, a bit more tactics, a bit more to think about.
That helps us a lot because I'll probably enjoy older games rather than younger games.
Yeah. I think you've grown out of a lot of these other ones, and that's absolutely fine. So, Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters is one that you haven't particularly grown out of yet.
Not really.
And to be honest, it's a really solid light game. So I don't think you ever need to grow out of it. If that makes any sense.
You can just play it for a bit of fun, maybe.
Play it for a bit of fun. Number 2,
Stone Age Junior, because that's also it is for younger, but you could still enjoy it 10, 9-ish, a bit higher. But so I still really enjoy the art is really nice.
You like the art?
Yeah, and
one of the types of games you really like is one where you're collecting stuff and building things as well, isn't it? So I think that's part
There's another
of
game. What's it called? National Park.
Parks. Yeah.
Parks. I like that game.
Yeah. So this is quite a lot like Park. Yeah, it's quite a lot like Parks actually, isn't it? Yeah.
You're collecting tokens basically.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So that's why she likes it. And finally, number 1.
Valley of the Vikings.
Valley of the Vikings. Why do you like Valley of the Vikings?
Well, it is one of the higher age group games with the Spinderella Jahres. Probably just below Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. Mm-hmm. But it's really fun rolling the ball down that hill and stuff. And I really it's sort of like a cooldown. It's like a rectangle, and that's the bit you're going across. And I remember it was really actually simple, even though it didn't look simple when you look at it, but it was quite simple to be able to move and understand where you move and stuff. It is better. It is a lot better with more players, but it's still a really good game. Yeah,
that's the problem with us, isn't it? A lot of the games we play are better with more players.
Yeah.
Our family, what can you do with them, eh? We need to get them. We need to turn off all the TV. We need to turn off the internet, and then everyone will come downstairs and play board games with us.
Might do.
So, Kinderspiel Winners. If you've got young kids and you're looking for some board games to play with them, you can very rarely go wrong with either a Kinderspiel Jahres winner or a Kinderspiel Jahres nominee. And the great thing about these games also is they're usually in print because they've sold so well in Germany and they're usually evergreens. So these games are still around. If you can't find them, often you get them from Amazon, in the German Amazon. That's a good place to find them as well. So any game on this list is one we recommend heartily.
Yeah.
I feel a bit sad that this is probably the end of my my children's board gaming or young children's board gaming career.
You might get grandkids. So.
Might get grandkids, yeah, that's true. So, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a lot of fun gaming with kids. That's what I say. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.